Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. At 79 years young, people often ask me, what's your secret? How do you keep moving with so much energy, so much life in your voice, so much fire in your spirit? And I smile because the truth isn't found in a pill, a fancy diet, or a time machine. No, the secret came to me one quiet morning during a simple walk. Yes, a morning walk. Just me, the rising sun, the fresh air kissing my face, and the sound of my footsteps reminding me I'm still here. And as I walk, I realized something powerful. Longevity isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. It's about waking up with gratitude, with purpose, and with the willingness to keep moving, even when the world says you should slow down. You see, that morning walk taught me 3 lessons. First, motion creates emotion. The moment I moved my body, my spirit rose higher. Energy creates more energy. Second, nature whispers wisdom if you'll only listen. The birds weren't worried about yesterday, and the sun didn't apologize for rising again. They simply did what they were made to do, and so must we. Third, longevity isn't about age, it's about attitude. I realized I wasn't just walking through a park. I was walking through possibility. Now hear me today. Some of you feel stuck, tired, worn down by life. But I'm here at 79 to tell you, you are not finished yet. Take that first step. Walk into your future. Walk into your healing.
Walk into your destiny.
Because the secret to longevity isn't hidden in a doctor's office or locked in some secret formula. It's in your daily decision to keep moving forward, to keep breathing deeply, to keep choosing life. So the next time you wake up, don't just reach for your phone. Don't just reach for the remote. Put your shoes on, step outside, and walk toward the life you deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, longevity is not a number. Longevity is a choice. And at 79, I'm still walking strong because every morning I choose to keep going. Thank you, and keep walking. When most people hear the word longevity, they immediately think about numbers. They think about reaching 70, 80, 90, maybe even crossing the 100 mark. But let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how many candles are on your cake if you don't have the fire in your spirit to blow them out. Longevity is not about how many years you collect. It's about how much life you put into those years, how much joy you squeeze out of each day, and how much meaning you create along the way. You can live long and still not live well. Energy is the first ingredient. Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, do you drag yourself out of bed, or do you rise with a spark? That spark is what keeps the heart young. Energy is not just physical, it's emotional, mental, spiritual. I've met 30-year-olds who were already walking like they were 90, and I've met 90-year-olds who moved like they were 30. What made the difference? It wasn't the year on their birth certificate, it was the energy they carried inside. When you fuel yourself with motion, laughter, curiosity, and hope, you extend the quality of your life every single day. And then comes gratitude. Oh, gratitude is the secret seasoning. Without gratitude, even the longest life can feel empty. Gratitude transforms ordinary mornings into extraordinary blessings. When I take my walk and feel the cool air against my skin, I don't just breathe, I give thanks. When I see the sunrise, I don't just look. I appreciate the miracle of another chance, another day. Gratitude adds weight to your years. It gives depth to your days. A grateful heart ages slower because it is too busy counting blessings to count wrinkles. But let's not forget purpose. Purpose is the compass of longevity. You can have energy, you can even have gratitude, but without purpose, life can feel hollow. Purpose is waking up with something to move toward, something to live for someone to love, something to give. It's not about being busy, it's about being intentional. A person with a clear sense of purpose doesn't just age, they evolve. They don't just exist, they expand. Purpose gives you the courage to endure, the passion to continue, and the reason to keep showing up day after day. So when I say longevity is not about years, I mean it's about a formula greater than numbers. It's about cultivating boundless energy, practicing relentless gratitude, and chasing purpose with every breath. That's what keeps you alive, alive inside, not just alive on paper. And when those three, energy, gratitude, and purpose, work together, the years take care of themselves. You won't just live long, you'll live well. A morning walk may look ordinary from the outside, but it holds extraordinary power on the inside. When you step outside in those early hours, before the noise of the world takes over, you're entering a sacred space. The streets are quiet, the air feels different, and the day has not yet been touched by stress, demands, or distractions. In that silence, your mind can reset, your spirit can breathe, and your body can come alive. That's why I call the morning walk a moving meditation. It's a time where your thoughts stretch out, your worries shrink down, and your perspective starts to shift. Think about it. When you wake up, your mind is often cluttered with yesterday's troubles and tomorrow's uncertainties. But the moment you step out for that walk, the rhythm of your footsteps begins to clear the fog. Step by step, you feel lighter. Step by step, the weight of yesterday loosens its grip. Step by step, your mind moves from confusion to clarity. It's almost like your problems are too tired to wake up that early with you. That's the power of a morning walk. It gives you a head start over everything that tries to hold you back. And then there's the spirit. A morning walk doesn't just move your body, it awakens your soul. The rising sun is not just light, it's a message. It's the universe saying, here's another chance. The chirping of the birds isn't just noise. It's a reminder that life continues, no matter what storms you faced yesterday. The gentle wind against your face isn't random. It's nature telling you, breathe, you're alive, you still matter. These small details begin to lift your spirit, not because they changed, but because you changed the moment you chose to step outside. What's beautiful about a morning walk is that it requires no membership, no expensive equipment, no complicated plan. All it demands is your willingness to show up. And in exchange for that small act of discipline, it rewards you with clarity, peace, and renewed strength. You return from that walk not just with stretched muscles, but with stretched faith, stretched vision, stretched hope. It's like pressing the reset button on your life every single morning. And here's the secret: once your mindset shifts, your entire day shifts. A morning walk transforms you from reactive to proactive. Instead of letting the day push you around, you step into it grounded, focused, and uplifted. Problems look smaller, opportunities look bigger, and you carry yourself differently, not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. That's why a morning walk is more than exercise. It's alignment. It's transformation. It's the foundation for a day lived fully, not fearfully. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is this: when your body moves, your spirit moves with it. Motion creates emotion. Too many people wait until they feel good to get moving, but here's the truth. You don't move because you feel good. You feel good because you move. The body and mind are partners, and when one wakes up, the other follows. That's why on days when I didn't want to get up, when I didn't want to walk, when every excuse came knocking at my door, the moment I took that first step, something shifted inside me. The heaviness started to lift and energy began to flow. Hey, have you ever noticed that when you're sitting still too long, your problems start to feel heavier? Worry grows, doubt multiplies, and sadness lingers. But the moment you move, whether it's walking, stretching, or even dancing in your living room, those same problems suddenly look smaller. Why? Because motion interrupts the pattern of negativity. It changes your state. You can't stay stuck in despair while your body is moving toward hope. Movement reminds you that you're not frozen in your circumstances. You're alive and you can take action. And it's not just physical vitality that comes from motion, it's emotional vitality too. When you move your body, your brain releases chemicals that lift your mood, sharpen your focus, and boost your confidence. That's why athletes train not only for strength, but for mindset. That's why children run and play. They instinctively know that moving brings joy. And at 79, I've found that same truth still holds. You don't have to run marathons. You just need to keep moving, keep stretching, keep walking, because each step is a reminder. Life is still flowing through you. When you understand that motion creates emotion, you stop waiting for motivation to appear out of thin air. You realize motivation is not the cause, it's the result. Taking action first is what generates the drive. People say, I'll walk when I feel like it. I'll exercise when I'm in the mood. But no, you start moving and the mood will meet you on the way. The body leads and the mind follows. And once you build that rhythm, momentum carries you farther than you imagined. That's why vitality doesn't belong only to the young. Vitality belongs to the movers. The ones who choose action over excuses, movement over stagnation. Because when you move, you're not just exercising your body, you're exercising your hope, your courage, your determination. Motion breathes life into your emotions, and those emotions fuel you to live fully. Every step is not just a physical act, it's a declaration. I'm still alive, I'm still capable, and I'm still becoming. Nature is one of the greatest teachers we'll ever have, but most people rush through life so fast they miss the lesson. When you take a morning walk and really open your senses, you realize the world around you is constantly speaking. The trees aren't in a hurry, yet they grow tall and strong. The sun rises every morning without fail, no matter how dark the night was. The river flows over rocks and obstacles, but never stops moving forward. Every part of nature carries a message: be present, keep going, adapt, endure. Presence is the first gift. When you're out there walking, you notice the details, the crunch of leaves beneath your feet, the rhythm of your breath, the gentle warmth of sunlight breaking through the clouds. In those moments, the noise in your head quiets down and you reconnect with the now. Too many of us are either trapped in the regrets of yesterday or lost in the worries of tomorrow. But nature says, be here right now. And when you are present, even the smallest things feel like miracles. Resilience is the second gift. Look at the grass. It bends under the weight of the morning dew, but it doesn't break. Look at the seasons. Winter may strip the trees bare, but spring always comes again. Nature reminds us that setbacks are not permanent. Storms may come, winds may blow, but life has a way of renewing itself. And if nature can bounce back, so can you. If the seasons can change, so can your situation. If the trees can keep growing after every storm, you can keep rising after every struggle. Nature also teaches patience. Nothing blooms overnight. A seed takes time before it becomes a tree, just like your dreams take time before they bear fruit. We live in a world that wants everything instantly. Instant success, instant happiness, instant results. But when you walk in nature, you realize life moves at a deeper rhythm. Growth is gradual. Strength is built quietly, and the longer you stay rooted, the stronger you become. Nature whispers, don't rush. Trust the process, and perhaps the greatest lesson is this: nature doesn't apologize for being itself. The sun doesn't ask permission to shine. The flowers don't shrink because someone thinks they're too bright. The mountains don't hide their strength because someone feels small beside them. They simply exist, fully, unapologetically. And that's how we're meant to live too: present, resilient, patient, and authentic. Nature is not just scenery. It is a mirror reflecting the best way to live if we dare to listen. Age is nothing more than a number on paper, but attitude is the real measure of how alive you are. I've met people in their 20s who acted like life was already over, and I've met people in their 80s who were laughing, learning, and living as if the best chapter hadn't even been written yet. What separates the two isn't the year they were born, it's the spirit they carry inside. Your attitude is the lens through which you see life, and that lens can make you feel young, hopeful, and vibrant, or it can make you feel old, tired, and defeated. When you wake up in the morning, your body may tell you you're too tired, too stiff, too old, but your attitude can rise up and say, not today. I've still got something left. I've still got more to give. That inner conversation is everything, because life doesn't slow down because of your age. It slows down because of your mindset. If you let your thoughts grow heavy, your body will follow. But if you keep your thoughts light, joyful, and determined, you'll find yourself doing things people half your age can't keep up with. Attitude is also the key to how you face challenges. Age may bring limitations, but attitude decides how you respond to them. Some people see limitations as a stop sign. Others see them as a detour. When you carry a youthful mindset, you stop focusing on what you can't do and start celebrating what you can do. Maybe you can't run like you used to, but you can walk with strength. Maybe you can't lift heavy weights, but you can lift heavy hearts with your words. Your attitude decides whether you see yourself as broken down or as someone still breaking through. And let me tell you something, youth is contagious. When you walk into a room with a bright smile, an open heart, and an eager spirit, people feel it. They stop looking at your wrinkles and start feeling your energy. You inspire them not by pretending to be younger, but by proving that staying young at heart is possible at any age. Laughter, curiosity, and gratitude are ageless qualities. They keep you connected to life, to others, and to yourself. And when you carry those qualities, people will wonder how you keep your youth, even when the calendar says otherwise. That's why I say age counts the years, but attitude counts the moments. The right attitude keeps you open to learning, eager to try new things, and brave enough to keep dreaming. It keeps your spirit unshaken by the passage of time, because youth isn't about how many birthdays you've had. It's about how many reasons you still have to celebrate. And if your attitude is right, you'll never grow old, you'll only grow wiser, stronger, and more alive.